In this episode of our Friday favorites, I'm talking about our GoPro Hero 4 Silver. One of the biggest reasons why we got this GoPro is the flexibility of having a camera that can just basically go anywhere, and it's so small, easy, lightweight. I mean, this thing is feather light. Even with a case on it, it's still pretty light. And I'm going to talk about two of our most used accessories in this video. First is our clamp, which we actually picked up at Walmart in Winnemucca. We were staying there overnight, so we went in there and see if they have GoPro accessories, and they had this really strong GoPro clamp. This thing makes it easy to just stick the camera in the case like this, lock it in, and this thing could be secure to almost anything as long as it opens up wide enough to actually secure onto the back of it. Like the truck, for example, we do a lot of our time lapses with this clamp. Very strong, very easy to use, and we love it. In fact, that's one of the nice things about a GoPro. There are alternatives to the GoPro, like the Sony Action Cam, for example, but the accessories that are available for the GoPro really come in handy, and we're certainly glad that we have all those things at our disposal. The other thing I wanted to talk about is our 3-axis gimbal. Now, this helps to keep the camera steady. I don't have the camera in here at the moment, but you just secure the camera in here like so, and these little moving parts here all just kind of work together with the battery that's inside the gimbal to keep the camera kind of in the same place. Drones have 3-axis gimbals as well, so the footage is very stable, and you don't have to worry about a bunch of shaking. You can just go back and forth like this, and the camera just stays so steady. So we are really enjoying this 3-axis gimbal as well. So the Hero 4 Silver records in your common formats like 720p, 1080p, and also 4K at 30 frames a second. Honestly, I don't do a lot of 4K recording, but it's nice to know that I do have that capability if I ever need this guy to. One of the capabilities that we started using more and more from the GoPro is the time-lapse capability. So you can take a long video and just speed it up in post-processing in Final Cut or Adobe Premiere, which is what I use. But the problem there is the file size when you bring that video in. If it's just a straight 1080p video, is huge. There's a time-lapse setting, and it'll just take a photo every X number of seconds. Different settings, like every half second, every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, 30, whatever. It will take a photo, and the camera will stitch those photos together, and that's what you're actually downloading from the memory card. I go from a 32 gigabyte video down to, I don't know, 200 megabyte file just by using the time lapse. So that's something that we're really enjoying. One of the things that I don't like about the GoPro is, you know, the case that comes with it is very secure, there's no doubt about that, but your audio is pretty much nil. You're not getting anything through this. Now, GoPro does have an open case, so you can secure it to these mounts on any kind of GoPro accessory, and the microphone is still exposed. We don't necessarily have that, but at least GoPro does offer that capability. Another thing is its temperature control. There have been a number of times where we've stuck this camera underwater in cold water, and it'll just die because it's too cold. So that was kind of a bummer. I wish that that GoPro would have made their camera a little bit less sensitive to cold, especially to cold. This thing has gotten really hot before, and for the most part, it doesn't die. I don't know. I mean, there is a heat threshold, to be perfectly honest. I don't know off the top of my head what it is, but we don't hit it very often unless you leave this thing in your car. In, I don't know, Tucson, Arizona summer, for example, this thing's probably not going to die on you. But if you're in the cold, especially underwater with the case on, of course, in the cold, then you may run into a situation where the camera just dies, which kind of sucks. And the last thing I don't like is there's no LCD screen on the back of the Hero 4. That really sucks too. The Hero 5 does have an LCD screen on the back. And it also comes with the unit itself is waterproof, so you don't need this extra case which completely destroys the audio. So when we were looking for our GoPro, we had to make a decision between the 4 and the 5. We ultimately selected the 4 because we heard a lot of nasty things about the Hero 5 audio, even outside the case, just when you touch it or when you use some kind of a stabilization device or tripod, one of those small Gorilla Pods. You just touch it and you get weird audio feedback in the Hero 5. And you know, whenever a manufacturer releases a new camera, there's always going to be little problems that eventually get worked out. So the Hero 5 was still pretty new when we were looking for our GoPro, so we decided to just get the 4. It's been out for a while. Most of the problems, aside from what I've already talked about, have been taken care of. We may upgrade to the 5 later, but for now we're really happy with our Hero 4. So thank you for watching this episode of our Friday favorites of our Hero 4 Silver, especially with this clamp and this 3-axis gimbal stabilizer. If you like this, give us a thumbs up. Even if you don't, still give us a thumbs up. If you use the Sony Action Cam, I'd be particularly interested in your comments below, especially when it comes to accessories that might be available to it, because we're always open to the best product, whether it's a GoPro or something else. Like, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned next week for another one of our Friday favorites, which can be anything. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.